Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of the Red Devils Corner Kick podcast, a podcast dedicated to Manchester United Football Club. Well, I hope everyone had a excellent day. Big game that we had today. Something important happened. Manchester United 4, Athletic Club 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we have punched our ticket to Bilbao for the Europa League final, which I am ecstatic about. I think everyone is ecstatic about having this happening. So it's it's a monumentous occasion for today, and I will celebrate it like any other fan. And then back to tomorrow, back to reality of what Manchester United will be doing. So, listen, before we get to the match, let's just talk about social media. Don't forget to follow on Twitter, Instagram, as well as TikTok. You can also subscribe to the podcast, whether it is through Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube as well. Do not forget to hit don't forget to hit a like, hit a comment. I would love some feedback on how to improve. As I try and grow this podcast, as many people have with their Manchester United podcast. But let's celebrate this. Did I have some concerns? Yes, I did. For the first 70 minutes of the match, everything that I discussed yesterday, mental lapse, just came to it. We couldn't control the ball. We couldn't move it. Errors. It just wasn't the United that we were hoping to see. And Bruno struggled to try to get things going. Garnacho trying to finish, control the ball. Højlund had some issues. Ugarte was struggling. Lenny Euro was just phenomenal. Just incredible. Casemiro put in a good performance. Mazraoui was struggling. Even Maguire a little bit. Listen, the first 70 minutes was difficult. Amorim with the subs, with Mount, Ahmad, Mainu, Shaw, and Amas coming on there, it changed. You saw players change. You saw things start moving, start getting things better. Mount with an incredible goal. Mount with two incredible goals. Højlund got on the board. Casemiro on the board. Bruno with the free kick to get Casemiro the goal. And then everything just clicked. But we can't have that happening because again, we're going into the final. And as we get closer and closer to the final, I will discuss it, do another episode, because we are facing Tottenham Hotspurs. We know what their record has been towards us this season. They're going to be focusing on winning it. We're going to be focusing on winning it. It's going to be a fight, and yeah, it's like. Do I have concerns going to that match? Of course I do. The goal hopefully is to be healthy going into that match. We have 2 Premier League games happening within the week. We have West Ham this Sunday, Chelsea next Friday. That match did get moved due to the Women's FA Cup final, which is Man United versus Chelsea. So we have that going. But the goal is now to get healthy, to get there. That's the big thing. And it does concern me. We did have our struggles against Tottenham this year, and they knocked us out of one competition. We had, and they took 2. We drew 1, and they took another one for us this league, and we struggled. 3-0, we lost. We did. It was a horrible game. Listen, we're not the same team that played them previously. We have improved. And it's there. But going back to the match, yes, everything that I talked in yesterday's episode, I did fear was coming to fruition. Again, mental lapse happened, and we can discuss what could have been affecting some players. Yes, the pressure of closing out. As much as we were up 3-0, it wasn't done. The atmosphere, players just basically punching the ticket before the ball was kicked, that can throw things off. We had our struggles. Bruno did not seem well. Bruno has had a unique week leading up to this. And that is definitely the best way to say it because of everything that's been happening with the Saudi League coming to him and approaching him, whether he's going to stay or go or whatever, which way. Like they've offered him a bunch of money. Now the talks of, the media, the fan channels, fans basically talking, well, if you're getting the money for him, you might as well just go. And, the fans that Bruno loves to play for, talking to him, like that could have affected his game. And yes, I'm aware that he's a millionaire and he's playing a game, but listen, the way Bruno has been the last year, the reports that have come out of how much he's cared for the workers that have been in this club, offering to pay for their travel to Wembley last year for the FA Cup, paying for a Christmas party this year because they lost it out of his own pocket, giving supporting those that have lost their jobs. Like he has been a staple in the community for Manchester United. And listen, the talks of him leaving, taking the money, going, like it's scary and can affect something mentally, especially when you haven't heard from him and you have your manager sticking up for him, the owners wanting to and you hear the reports that his agents have refused. So it's tough because you had one of the biggest games and Bruno has been one of the best players this season. So it's hard to focus. And even Garnacho, with some of the questions that he got yesterday, the mentality, you have the going in there, but I'm not going to say that's an excuse, but I'm just going to say it could play into a factor. Listen, overall, trying to close it out was the concern. And like I said, we had to close at the second leg. We cannot fall asleep on this. But we got it done. I don't like the fact that it took us 70 minutes to get it done. I don't like the fact that it took our players to come on, our substitutions to make those changes. That's what concerned me. So right now, we have to make sure things are better in that play. And I know the pressure's off, the monkey's off the back. We're going to now wait a couple weeks until Tottenham. We have chances to get healthy. Mazraoui needs to be healthy. He's going to probably be taking some time off, just relaxing. He looked exhausted. Lenny Euro deserves a break. Like that kid was phenomenal today, especially on the attack. We know Casemiro probably won't be playing this week. Bruno, listen, we're for the next couple games, we're going to see some youth. We're going to see Cheeto Obi probably playing this week. We're probably going to see them playing next week. Because again, that main focus is Champions League. Like as much as it's great that we have it next Friday, which again, next Friday does work out. Like it helps. So you're going to see some, I guarantee you next Friday, you're going to see more starters playing than you are going to see on Sunday. Sunday, you're going to give them a rest. Next Friday, you're going to give them some time. You're probably going to see some more minutes because the match is on a Wednesday. You don't want you want to give them minutes, but you also want to make sure you're exercising well. So giving us that energy, that space, Tottenham's going to have the same thing, the same break as us. So we want to make sure we're healthy and good to go. So the minutes will be managed the next 2 weeks. So it's going to be youth for most, but I think the goal is to get healthy. Just get healthy, heal up, and get ready for that final. I really do. My players of the game, I know I usually do my 3. I'm thinking about doing 4. But off of it here, Mason Mount, Ahmad, Lenny Euro are my 3 players to mention for this game. They were great. They were. They Mount and Ahmad just changing the atmosphere of that team was incredible, and just how everything just worked out so well. So hands out to those 2. Lenny Euro, just the way he played very well. Yes, I wouldn't blame the first goal on. I wouldn't blame that first goal on him. Well, the only goal by Athletic by him. But he did. He was our best defender. listen, Casemiro was great as well. Bruno came on with the subs, and that's key too. Bruno changing positions. I feel like when Bruno was in that 10, it was hard to get things mobilized and moved. When he dropped to the 8, it looks like things worked out better transition-wise, especially when you have Mount, Ahmad coming in, playing in those 10 positions. Again, Ahmad just, he's incredible. He is. And you know what? I want him to be fully healthy. I want Mount to be fully healthy. That's what it is. It's we want to make sure everyone's healthy, and that's the right thing too. And I said this back in March. Getting everyone healthy at the right time does help us. Because remember, there's a good chance we may have everyone back except for Joshua Zirkzee. There's reports that Dallo could be back. De Ligt could potentially be back. Aiden Heaven should be there. Toby Collier should be there. We are going to have depth going into that final. And hopefully Toby is going to be playing in the next 2 games. Hopefully Aiden Heaven, we can get him in to get some minutes. But having that there is key. Having Dalot back is actually key as well, because, you know, like we want to see like the full depth and the full strength, and you want to have that rotation and that final. Listen, Spurs are going to go hard at us, and we're going to retaliate from as soon as the ball has been kicked. And we have to be smart with the play. I mean, we can't be foolish. Like, hopefully Ruben has a plan to, you know, look at how to attack. And I feel like with this roster, he's got to be, you know, smart with it. So, like I mentioned, Ugarte looked like he struggled today. Maz looked like he was hurting. Having Luke Shaw back, you know, helped. He looked a little bit better today, especially with the movement. So it's things did look good when those substitutions came on. So Ruben's got a lot to think about going into this final. He does. He's got a lot of things. I know he's feeling the pressure. I know there's a lot. I know he even said that even if we win, it's not saving our season. Like, we were terrible in Premier League, ladies and gentlemen. And I know the whole media is losing it, that Tottenham and United, but Sevilla finished 12th, ladies and gentlemen, outside the top 10 in La Liga, and went on to the Champions League. It's, you know, monkey see, monkey do, whatever. It's, we saw it. It's happened. It's not like they're the only team that's never done it, ladies and gentlemen. So we're in the final. One of us is going to the Champions League. One of us is just going to be playing league ball next year. And am I nervous? Yes. Do I want United hoisting the Europa League championship? Oh my God, do I ever? I do. Like it's not about the funds. It's not about anything. It's just winning. Going back to the Champions League, going back to that tournament. We and you know what? Like, Bruno wants redemption after losing a couple of years ago. I'm sure Onana wants redemption after losing in 2016. I'm sure there are players there that want to win. Casemiro would like to win. Casemiro's experience in this type of game is going to be helpful. Don't get me wrong. This team has gone to finals for FA Cup, Carlsberg Cup, or the Carlsberg Carling Cup, the English Football Cup. So you have that there. So you have the experience, like where they do. Like, Mount has experience winning Champions League. Like, he has experience winning in these types of games. So it's good to have him. Having Ahmad healthy, potentially starting, is important. So we have to see how this goes. So Garnacho, I don't know if he's going to start in the final. I really don't. Having what happened today with the way he played, again, my concern was mental lapse of, you know, incorrect passes. Like, Garnacho had chances to put it away or even give us the leads early. His control has to work. Like, some of the passes were okay, but his control has to be there. He has to work on the dribbles and making those moves. When he kicked it wide, he had an opportunity just to blow past the keeper and then put it into the empty net. He didn't have to make that shot. He didn't. So with the ball movement and everything, some of the careless shots, Bruno was a little I think one or twice I saw him. But Dorgu has to be smart with it, with the key, like with the ball. Like he had opportunities. He's got to learn to pass it, be patient. See, like again, football IQ is like, and I know they're young. They're both in their early 20s, but just have to be patient. So, listen, in the end, we won. We've punched our ticket to the next round. I'm very thankful that we were able to finish it out. Having a 7-1 aggregate is incredible, which is great, especially with the way the quarterfinals went before. We didn't have to do that. So, listen, Spurs are going to be a tough opponent. I'm sure a lot of people want us to lose. I'm sure a lot of people want Spurs to lose. We'll see what the media is going to say. I'm sure the media is going to put us as the underdogs. I'm sure some fans are going to put us at the underdogs. So, listen, I'm okay climbing the mountain and trying to win this. Again, we're both under pressure. We both have to win. Spurs have had our number. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Spurs have had our number this season. And rightfully so. They've been the better squad. They have, sorry. And we faltered when we played, and they've kicked our butts, and it's not the best, but they have kicked our butts and we've lost. Like, they've humiliated us at home, losing that 3-0 last year, or at the start of the season, losing out in, what was it? No, it wasn't FA Cup, it was for the EFL. They booted us out, so we lost there. It's getting the draw. That's not good for us because they were the better team. So we have to wait and see. Like, I'm sure we have to wait and see. But like, yeah, it's gonna be a battle. And I'm sure they're gonna go in strong. We have to go even stronger. So they got a lot of work to do, Man United, over the next couple of weeks to get everything right for this final. Get healthy, get players back. Get the lineup going, who you want to play, who you want to start. Again, subs are based on situations, so we have to see what goes on. Again, the next 2 games in the Premier League, it's there. So it's ours for the taking. We have to fight for it. So we have a lot of planning to do until the match on May the 21st in Bilbao. So, but yes, it's good to be back. It's good to be, it's good to win this. It's good to close it out. Like I said, I was a little nervous when we went down 1-0. It stressed me out. So it's, again, my concern was mentality, but it looks like everything woke up, in the final 20 minutes of the match, which should not happen and should not happen in that final either. We have to, we can't let lapses like what we did today happen against Tottenham. If they do, it's going to tear us apart and we won't be hoisting anything. So lots and lots of work. So, yes, I'm going to move away from the final. I think we've talked enough, and you're going to see news outlets talk about it tomorrow, the next 2 weeks. So it's there. So, it's a short episode today. That's how I'm going to leave it as, just my recap of it. I'm going to do episode on Saturday. I'm going to catch up on summer transfers, preview obviously West Ham, catch up on other stuff as well, just because we have lots of things going on with the next 2 weeks, and the season's almost done. We're 2 weeks from Saturday until our final game against Aston Villa, and that's it. We're done. That's it. We're done. Scoot, boom, season's over, and then the transfer window, and we'll see how the summer goes. But it's we're only 2-3 weeks until the season's done. Champions League finals, I believe, June 1st. So, it's, and also then the FIFA Club World Cup is in June. So it's not much time for rest. Plus, as well as Nations League finals Nation League's final is literally like the semifinals are 2 weeks after Europa final, and literally that Wednesday after Champions League. So it's a lot of stuff is going to be happening over the next 3 months, not just what's going to be happening in 2 weeks. So listen, get through the next 2 games for United, get prepared for that final on the 21st, and let's hope that United are hoisting that trophy at the end, celebrating in Bilbao. So I'm hoping for it. I'm positive, but anything can change from tonight to the 21st. That's how things go in football. So again, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I might seem a little scatterbrained with some of my stuff and some repetitive, but hey, it wouldn't be an episode like what I do without being like that. So enjoy the rest of your night, or happy early or good morning, depending on where you are, because it might be Thursday when this comes out. So enjoy the episode, enjoy your morning, your day, enjoy your weekend as well, because tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow is Friday. Today is Thursday. I just recorded. Did I say Wednesday at the beginning of this? I might have. My apologies. It is Thursday. This is like the days just merge into each other now. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. I'm happy with the way things went. May 21st is coming very quickly. So that's a Wednesday. That is a Wednesday. I don't usually do episodes after the pod, but it is a wonderful Thursday. Have a wonderful Friday morning. But yeah, 4-1 United, 7-1 aggregate. We're on our way to Bilbao, ladies and gentlemen. So have a good night. Have a good morning. Have a good weekend. I'll be back Saturday with a new episode of the Red Devils Corner Kick podcast. Glory, glory, Man United.